Welcome back, guys. Backyard Builds with Nate here again. How's everybody doing on this Monday? Nice day out today, and hope everybody had a good day. Yeah, it was actually warm here today, not windy or nothing. I was in town today working on some truck frames and stuff at another guy's place today. So home here tonight, and I didn't do a video yesterday, but I'll give you a quick little run around on what I had going on, kind of sorting around a type of way, and we'll get into a little bit of something. I got the compressor pounding away inside, so figured I'd start off out here and go from there. So I was yesterday. I had a hand for a little bit. My brother was working on a Chev truck, and I had another hand. Zane's uncle Zane had him give me a hand doing some wood. So I had the chainsaw going, junked up a bunch of wood, split up a couple different loads of wood and whatever, and yeah, and he was putting it in for me. Got the old DB down here, had her hooked to the wood splitter, and this is one pile of wood that I nipped up at the end of the day yesterday. He had to take off, so getting about another half a cord or so here, split up in a pile. And Nick was like, "You suppose the wood splitter on there that the old DB will do a wheelie?" Well, it will, but I don't have a top link. I just have a chain right now. I built the wood splitter a few years ago, but I never got a chance to finish it. And I just have a chain from here to the drawbar of the tractor instead of a top link. Never got it finished, guys. Using it, never got it finished. So if you go to try to do a wheelie with it on there, the old chain will let the wood splitter flip up like this while the tractor is going up on one end, the wood splitter coming up on the other. Not a good scene. We did try it, but we didn't video it. But I've had that doing wheelies before with a wench on the back in the woods. Anyhow, that's enough of that. I got the screen door off my house. I got to put a chimney through with the oil drip stove. Leaves are really falling here now. It's a nice tree there. Falling and stuff, guys. All right, I did a little bit of junkyard shopping beforehand here tonight. The 77 four-wheel drive that's coming in needs another transmission cross member. A solid one. The other one we got out there is really soft with the I could have put a plate in it, but we had this one already out, so I'm going to clean that one up and paint it. And I found the spring hanger we needed while I was out shopping. But we don't have any more cab mounts. So this one cab mount here, I'm going to have to fix it. He got new rear spring hangers and stuff, but these cab mounts are harder to get. The ones right by where your feet go. So we're going to fix that here in a minute. Go at it anyways. But as you can see, the brother's Chev is on the hoist. He's working right along here. The sills still aren't in yet. He's getting this side tore apart, cleaned up, and doing the frame. We also got to take the manifolds off this 5.3. There's no bolts busted, but the gaskets are blown out. So the manifolds are going to come off. They got to go in to be planed. That's on the list of to-dos. He's got this side here, driver's side, all tore apart. He's got all new stuff. He's actually got new inner outer tie rod ends, lower control arms, upper control arms, new struts, new axle, new wheel bearing, new caliper. And he's doing this all the way around. He's got the back all done, other than his emergency brake cables came and they were the wrong cables. It's like a little maze in here right now. Bunch of stuff in here. He's got the new calipers and rotors and all that stuff is on the back. And brand new emergency brake shoes. That's all done, but his emergency brake cables were the wrong one. Look at this pile of shed parts. He's doing it right though, guys. He wants us to last. The cab is good shape other than the outer sill. That's the doors and stuff. There's no rust on the doors or nothing. I got him to cut it off, cut the sills off at just rough cut, but I need to come in here and grind the spot welds and take this last little piece off. Get ready for the new sill to go on. And I'm going to start that one night this week. Get this here cleaned off. I told him he could leave it in here this week on the hoist. He'll be here Wednesday, Thursday to finish putting the front end back together. But he's coming right along. So my plan is, I never got this pulled back out yet. Just busy yesterday doing wood and stuff. So I could clean up a little bit of that too if I wanted to, but we're not to that right yet. So on this cab mount ordeal, one of the places I work, where I work today in New Minas, they have a plasma table, and he throws out a lot of pieces that he cuts out. Like all these gussets here, all these gussets and stuff, the stuff he throws out, I bring them home so I can weld them in different places, doing different jobs and stuff. So within some stuff I've brought home, I've got this pile of washers. I shouldn't say washers. They could be washers. So we're there. All around rings. I think they're 1/8. I think that's going to be our cab mount fix. But where this here is a little rusty, see if I can stand this tripod up. I'm starting to clean my corner up. I know it's a mess. I'm starting to clean it because I got my, I got a used oil burning furnace coming. And that's where it needs to go for this year. Why are we sitting crooked here? So my plan is, what I'm going to do is I save different grinder discs and stuff, used grinder discs, and we're going to see if we got one that will fit down inside of here. If we get one that fits inside of here, then I can just clean up the edge and make the piece fit in the right flesh in. Which drawer do we got here? And we'll get them all opened up yet. And say, you don't throw them all away because you never know which ones you're going to want to use. That one's a little too big. Don't want to use a zip blade. Oh, look at that. See, that one there will fit down in there. So I'll stick that in there and I'll grind them edges out. And then we can make a pattern for our 1/8 plate. It's kind of my game plan here. Kind of the game plan. See if we can, that fits in there. Some safety squints. I was into the Rusties today, too. Another job. Fixing a frame on a Ford truck this time. They all need fixing, but some of them newer Fords are soft frames too, guys. Oh, around here, anything that's never been undercoated turns out soft if they haven't been taken care of. The salt around here just kills them. Here I am going next grinder again. Mine's in, but it got forgotten to be picked up. So I'm just going to see if I can clean up in here enough that we can put this in and mark it. I'm going to try to cut it with the Doug's plasma cutter if there's enough tip left on it. And then we'll have to cut a hole out. We'll have to measure the other one outside what size it is. And see what we can do here for, if we can get this here ground in here. Hard job holding it. I'm just grinding the thinner back to the thicker metal. It's thicker back here a bit, so we'll get it back to the thicker metal. It's back to fairly, it's decent metal back in here, something good to weld to, and I'll set that in flesh. I'll weld it on both sides and then grind the top side off flesh, and it'll be good. If I can hold that up in here a little better or not. This little device is pretty rough. I gotta get another one. Had my eyes on one, and I'm just waiting to hear back. Is that they're still in bird's eye view? Maybe I can go up one more higher. What do you think? This here telescopic thing's pretty sweet. Get it up here, shine you down a little better. There we go. Trying to find a place to set the grinder so I can get in there nice and stabilize it. They're actually pretty thick there now. Just them edges is all it is, trying to get the So we didn't have any other mounts here, and these ones here are getting harder to find. So I was talking to the owner, and he said just go ahead and fix it. So that's what we're doing. Some of his parts for this build came in last week, and some of them didn't. So we're still waiting on a few parts, and that's where we're at. So now that their piece is too big, so I'll just mark it out. And I'm going to try to mark it on the edge and then see if we can't use Dougie's plasma cutter, which is here. And if we can use Dougie's plasma cutter, we'll cut it out and see how close we get. If the tip is still good enough on Doug's plasma, I'm not sure. Kind of get used a little bit rough. It get roughed up a little bit. So if I can get it set in here somewhere is decent on the bottom side. And then I'd like to get it to fit in there fairly decent. I can cut it with a grinder if I have to. I'm used to cutting stuff, everything with a grinder. That's what we need. I may just grind it. Time I gear the plasma cutter up. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna try it with the plasma cutter. I don't know what's on it for a tip. I'm just gonna go with the grinder, zip blade. I think the tip isn't that great on it. I'm gonna pick up some more tips for him. What we will do is I'll put a pair of gloves on. Like a pair of gloves right here somewhere I was using, because that will get warm here in a minute. Where'd my gloves go? Glovies, glovies. I'll have to go outside on the other frame and I'll measure in. After this is welded in, I'll measure into where the start of my hole is, and then the size of my hole, and then I'll save the plasma, and we'll try to do that with the plasma. I'll have to drill a pilot hole first, and then go from there. So let's see if I can cut this out with the grinder. Okay, still up in there. Yeah, we're still pretty close, aren't we? It's coming, guys. It's coming, guys. It's getting a little bit warm, though. See if I put a pair of vice grips on it. Even with the gloves on, they do get warm. Well, almost there. Plasma would have been done. If we're going to save the plasma for the next hole. Almost there. Now we get a horseshoe. Oh yeah. Giddy up with the horseshoe. See how far off she is. How far off is it? Well, quite a little bit smaller. That's not too bad. It's not too bad. That can be welded in. We can weld that in right there. Weld that in and be good. Oh yeah. Good enough. That's good enough. Just clean up my edges a little bit. Then we'll get her tacked. We'll get the over to the welder here, and we'll get that gibbered in there, guys. Come on around. Once it's welded in there, she'll be just fine. I'll use the old truck here as a table, probably. I'll be using the truck here as a table. Figure out where exactly. Get some clamps. I'll probably clamp it right there so I can work on it. Yeah, pair of vice grips right there. That's what we need. Pair of vice grips. Or C-clamp. Let's go with the C-clamp. We're going to clamp that to the shock bracket. Clamp that right there. Yeah, hope everybody's having a great day. I had a pretty good day. Tomorrow I'm going to finish up a frame on a Ford tomorrow. And I fixed up a set of subframe connectors on an 06 Mustang this morning. It was one of my first jobs. Let's go right over here. Where are we at, guys? Yeah, let's just see if we can do something with this now. Make it usable. Oh, one for that. Y'all right back there. Maybe I'll put you down here. Getting colder season, wearing sweaters and stuff. Hard to get used to. Now, put the other gloves. This is just what I'm up to tonight, guys. This is one more step on that other frame. And I got 3 or 4 different projects on the go here, but they're all coming along, slowly but surely. Slowly but surely, they'll all come together. Now, I just want to get this set up in there where I want it. Get one tack on it. We'll have it one tack on it, and then I can wiggle it into place just a little bit there. That was a crappy tack. And that was a crappy tack, but that'll do. Oh, let's see if I can weld cheese to butter, maybe. See if we can get it in there somewhat. Got the welder a little bit hot. I got it up on D. We'll turn it down. Turn it down a little bit. It's thick enough metal. I'm just going to turn it up too high. Yeah, that'll go. Still a little hot. My cut could have been a little bit better on that, but it's filling in. A little more wire, but I could have. My cut wasn't 100%. Sometimes we have to make a little honey in a dog poo. Know how she goes when you can't get the stuff. So yeah, it's come right along. I always look for somewhere to put my arm. Nope. Get it around there enough. A little bit more of a gap over there, but it'll take it. Just a backyard fix, because you couldn't get one. Beard hair, tasty beard hair. All right. Flip it over and do a little bit on the back side. It burnt through pretty good, but we're going to scuff it off and do a little bit on the back side too. I'll do a little on the back side, then I'll bring you back. So I get all the way around the back side here, and come out pretty good actually. I'm gonna grind it off some now, and I just didn't take you all the way through welding some more there. I figured seen enough of spit and weld there for a bit, so we got her. Oh, what's going on here? Safety glasses. Got her all welded solid there. On the back side too, she's welded in there. So now I'll just grind that up a little bit, and then we'll mark out where we got to go next. Up and over and around everything here, guys. Kind of got a full bunch of stuff on the go here today. That's right. Now I'll grind the top of this off. She's still warm. Best time to grind her, I think. I'll give her some flappy disc action while she's still hot. And then we'll have to go out and measure the mount for the hole outside. If I have to take a light and stuff, it's probably dark out there now. Keep a little horseshoe there. I'll give this a bit of a grind. Actually, I'll put it back up in here. It's easier to grind. Don't worry about the stuff around here. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to see here. Put locks on there in places, and it's double-sided, so slap it up. Oh yeah, it's pretty good. Good enough. Bottom, we're not even going to worry about the bottom once we get it cut out. When we get it cut out, we might. It depends on where, if the hole's off a little bit, I might have to grind this side here a little bit for where the mount sets. So we need to go out and get a measurement off the one that's outside now from here in, and then we'll know the size of our hole this way, then we can center it, mark it, drill a pilot hole, and then plasma it out. That's the plan. That's the plan. We're going to go see how dark it is out. I got a light done up here, and I'll have to take a marker and something to write on. A piece of cardboard. Just got a piece of cardboard here. Lots of that kicking around. Oh yeah, where's the littlest piece here, guys? It's kicking around, but I can't seem to get a piece in the hand. Could be a piece over here. I'm just gonna draw a picture before I even go out. We got frame, we got mount, we got hole. So we need our measurements now. All right, let's go outside and see how dark it's getting. Get this measurement and we'll go from there. Oh, she's dark. Oh, even the moon's out there tonight. Look at that, guys. What a nice night out. The moon's a full moon tonight. Full moon tonight. It's a real nice night out. Alright, we need to go by the old Harley. She's going, I left it outside too much this year. I ain't used to doing that. But it did get left outside this year. Now, we'll get you aimed down here. See if we can get a measurement on that. Your four-wheeler's going tonight, I think. Now, will that stay there? You see? Oh, guess what? This guy forgot his measuring tape. Alright, now we're back with the tape. Here we go. So we want to go from outside of the mount in. You know what? I gotta get on the other side, guys. Don't I? From the outside of the mount in with this delinquent tape is an inch. The tape's bad. I should have got a different tape. Inch and a quarter. So we want inch and a quarter in here. Inch and 1/4. And the hole size is going to be 1 3/4. 1 3/4 hole. One and 3/4. And does it stay to the same either edge? So we have back side is an inch. The front side is a little less than an inch. So front. So the back side to here, 1 inch. 1 inch minus 2 ticks. Yep, 2 ticks. 1 inch minus 2 ticks. Excellent. All right, we'll go back in. We'll go back in and see if we can mark that out and cut it out. That's a PA to the double N. Yeah, what a nice night out. Nice night out it is. I got the parts for that. I was looking at it this evening, but didn't have time to get at her. And see the gaps in my garage door? Them going to be fixed up this weekend. I picked up a furnace for the garage now, a better one to burn as used motor oil. Better than regular furnace oil because used motor oil is free. Used motor oil is free, so that's what we'll do. All right, let's set you back up here again. Mark this out and see if the mark this baby out. That's still plenty hot. And this is on the truck. This is the rear. This is the front. This is the front here. So I'm going to go in 1.25 inches. Is this other tape better? I got a new tape, but it's in the... That tape there ain't no better. My new tape is in my bag in the house, in the back of the car. So, 1.25 inches. So, 1.25 inches. Right there. 1.25 inches there. That's to the start. And our hole is going to be 1.75 inches. The hole itself is 1.75 inches. 1.75 inches. Should go grab that other tape, damn it. 1.75 inches there. And from the back of the frame to the hole is going to be 1 inch. The back of the frame to the hole is going to be 1 inch. So we're looking at 1 inch there. And then the other way is going to be 1 inch minus 2 ticks. Where you are, Barrett? Make fun of me, Barrett. So 1 inch minus 2 ticks. I gotta get that new tape in here. 1 inch minus 2 ticks. Be right there. So now, if I had a socket that was 1.75 inches, I could make a perfect circle on that. I'm just going to check to see what I got that might be 1.75 inches. Be right back, guys. So I'll get a socket that's just a hair under 1.75 inches on the outside diameter, but we got the thickness of our chalk. So that's going to be how we're going to mark her. Thickness of the chalk. We'll bring up the rest. Be pretty darn close. Then when I hit with the plasma, who knows what kind of mess I'm going to make, right? Who knows? It could be a mess. It could be all right. That's pretty darn good with the thickness of the chalk around it. Will be. Then I got to drill a pilot hole for the plasma. It's much easier. If I don't drill a pilot hole for the plasma, I find it burns the tips up real bad on the smaller stuff, on the smaller plasma cutters. All right, that's that. Now, grab a drill bit, guys. Big enough that we can blow through that with the plasma fairly easy. Just a starter hole is what I usually do. It doesn't have to be real big. But I like to put it right on the line. I'll put it right on my line where I want to start cutting with the plasma. If I keep everything lined up here, guys. So we'll go with that, and I can start in the hole with the plasma and go around it. That's kind of my plan, my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'll bring you back here. I'll get the plasma geared up, and I'll bring you back. All right, we're just going to give this a try. I don't know how good this tip is, how good it's going to be, but I'm going to give her a try. See how she goes. My plasma cutters burn up. This one of Doug's isn't quite as big. This is really good for sheet metal. I've used it for some heavier stuff, but the tips aren't the great. I got the tips wore out. I'm going to buy some new tips. I'm just going to see if we can get around it or not. Don't even know, guys. We'll give her a try. No, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It didn't come out too bad. Little bit of a cleanup, but not too shabby. Not too shabby. I'll go in there with the die grinder now, and I'll just clean that up a little bit. Not too bad for just going at it with that one. A little bit crooked there. I'll check it on my measurements, clean it up. That's just a little, what's that there plasma cutter called? A Hero Cut. She's a Hero Cut. That's Dougie's. Just a light duty one. 110. Yeah, the other one I got's 120, but it's burn up, so I gotta get it fixed up. So I should take the die grinder and clean that up a little bit. Back to the bench. Just gonna clean it up a little bit with the die grinder there now. Check to see how bad I did on my hole. That's 1 3/4 inches. 1 3/4 inches, actually. It's pretty near dead on there. It's pretty good for 1 3/4 inches on the die grinder. I just take them couple bubbles off it. Small cleanup. Then I'll be able to paint it, and it'll be, I got all the bolts to bolt it on, so that'll be good to go. Just clean up some of the burrs, safety squints, safety gloves. I don't have one of the new mounts here to try in it yet, so I'll just do the best I can, clean it up, and not too bad. A burr on the backside, a little bit of a burr on the backside. We're almost there, guys. See if I got my 90-degree. If I got the 90-degree grinder geared up in here or not. If we do, that might be lay a little flatter on top there, just trim that edge a little bit more. She's stuck. Seized up. Oh, she needs lube. Look at that. Setting around. Seized up tighter than Job. So I have to lube that one up. Anyways, that's what we got going on here tonight. Playing with that there little thing. Trimmed up. Just a little bit more there. Probably do is get a grinding disc to fit down in there. Just shine that up a little bit. There we go. There we go. So well guys, that's what I'll grind that down and then I'll bring you back. See what it looks like in the end. Got the bottom all ground down there now. Looking good. Looking good there now. Now we're going to clean her up, put some paint on her. Then she'll be refurbished. Refurbished rig. See if I got a paintbrush here. I'm going to stick some paint on that tonight before I'm done. My paintbrush should be right here. Stick a little paint on that and call it a night, guys. That's my PA to the double N here. And that'll be one more step forward on that old thing. Come on, paintbrushes. Dollarama, guys. Dollarama paintbrushes. I'm just going to slam some paint on that. Call her a day. Paint on one side, then we'll roll it over and put a little on the other. I did already stir this once. So I'm going to give it a little shake, even though it's been stirred. I'm going to shake. It has been stirred. I'm just going to slap it to her. It's even still warm. Slap it right to it. This is just we could have did some more hunting around, and by the time we drove around to another junkyard and cut the rivets off and found another one, he said just go ahead and fix it. So that's what this is, just a backyard fix. Backyard fix. And it's going to work just fine. Like I said, you couldn't buy new ones of these anywheres. You can get spring hangers and all that stuff, but you can't seem to get these new anywheres. And he didn't want to take the time to go to another junkyard and find one, so this is what we got going on. I shouldn't put paint everywhere as I want to put my hands yet, though, should I, guys? Put my hand on here. I'll get paint on me for sure, one way or another. I always do. another. Still wet, that's okay. Got it on yourself because that's the way it goes every time. Yeah, this is just what I'm up to tonight, guys. Fixing this here up, making it usable for a little bit more longer. And this truck's going to be undercoated as well. He already said he wants to undercoat the guts out of this truck. So it shouldn't really rust again after doing this. He keeps it undercoated. And she should be minty, fresh. That's all she needs. When you use a Dollarama brush, you just throw the Dollarama brush away and call it a day in the end, guys. That's what we do. That's what we do. Yeah, so that's all cleaned up and painted. The hole's not 100%. Oh, I gotta shorten up this truck. Hole's not 100%, but it's pretty darn good. So I'm giving that a win, guys. I'm calling that a win. But that'll fix that right up for him. So thanks for coming. Thanks for coming out there again, guys, and sticking around on these here little projects. And the projects will come together. They're coming together piece by piece. I got that other front spring hanger. That's going to be, I might even paint that before I go in tonight. Just going to clean it up a little bit. That spring hanger needs to be painted. Cross member, I've got to take the radius arm brackets off the cross member before I can clean that and paint it. And then he's got new spring hangers and new shackles for the back. It'll have new leafs and U-bolts. So that'll be, back will be good. And the front will be new lift springs and shocks and hangers and everything in the front will be new too. So yeah, I got all the bolts to bolt these on. So now that this here, once this here is dry, I can bolt this one right on the frame and be ready for the next step. So thanks for coming out, guys. And I don't know what tomorrow brings, but I may bring you back again tomorrow, see what tomorrow night brings. I do have one night job coming up. I have to go fix a fuel line and a brake line on a 96 Jimmy for a yard buggy for a guy so he can plow his yard, just a yard truck. So I don't know if I can videotape that or not. But he's got all the pieces. I just got to lay underneath it and do the work, away she goes. And he's an older guy, and that'll get him a yard buggy he can drive from his shop to his house and plow his yard. So it's just helping an old guy out, right? So, all right, guys, have a good night. You know, if you can, the projects ain't going to get built, you know, sitting on the couch. So, or your friends' projects, whatever you want to help out with, guys, right? That seems to be what we do. So, catch y'all on the next one, guys.